Uh, so 3 games through scrimmage and 3 wins. I think you have to feel pretty confident as a group going into this season.
Yeah, like I say, great results, but again, it kind of is what it is, right? Like they're trying to figure out our way or their way. We're trying to figure out our way and see what meshes and see what works. And yeah, it's nice to come away with a win. And again, I like the way we kind of did that, kind of shut it down in the fourth quarter. Didn't allow them to get back into it, and yeah, it was good.
From a mental maturity side, what does it say about the team to kind of deal with the ebb and flow? There were a couple of times where they started to rally, they started to get close. Every time it did, it feels like you guys were able to repad that distance.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we do talk about. Like, let's not allow them to get on those 3-goal runs, and I think they did. They got too late in the second quarter, wanted to start the third, but that was it. We didn't allow them to get that 3rd goal against, and yeah, it was. Like I say, that part of it is good. That's what we got to focus on, and that's what we got to, I say, bear down when that comes.
For you as a coach, how practical is it to take a game in scrimmage or exhibition play and translate it to the regular season?
Again, it's the teaching moments, I guess, and again, everything is like we got 18 games to learn from our mistakes and again and improve. And we're lucky that we had 3 good results, but there's a lot of areas in their game that we still got to make sure that we talk about on Tuesday and fix. Yeah, like I say, our power play was, wasn't that effective. Our short man was, I think, it was 2 for 6. So again, those are areas that we got to be better at. To extend leads and keep it closer.
This morning you talked about how deep your team is. Is it nice to see, especially in the back half of the game, where you're also getting secondary scoring in addition to your big guns pulling it out?
100%. And again, that's what we've had so far in these 3 games. It has been one guy. It feels he had a good night here again tonight, but we chipped in around him as well, and that's what we need, right? We can't rely on Fieldsy to have these big nights all the time because he's gonna generate a lot of bodies on him, and he's got to be able to find and distribute it, and we got to bury when that happens.
I mean, you go through this game, and there was that point in the second quarter where it just kind of hit a lull, tied at 3-3, and then you guys spring forward. Just what were the conversations on the bench during that lull in goal scoring, and what was it that caused you guys to be able to spring forward 4 goals?
Again, just play with pace and just, like I say, Hartley was playing well. He's making the saves that we needed to make. I also thought it was very choppy, a lot of penalties early and a lot of, whistles and moving picks and stuff like that. So I think once the flow got going, then we kind of got our legs under us and kept going.
Do you think that you'll have a specific 5 for the power play, or do you think you'll keep slight alternations throughout and Smith at the point?
You will alternate it through, right? And again, that way it allows us to be, not for them to key on one thing that we're doing or a couple things that we do, that now we go strong left and it's a totally different look. And yeah, just keep, again, that's where we are today, where we should be able to do that a little more often than we have in the past.
You talked about being disappointed with the power play, but honestly, Smith at the point felt like he was distributing well and able to keep a good control for only being in his 3rd year in this league. Just what are you seeing from the righty right now?
Well, again, he's taken that next step to be that leader and be a number 1 on that side, right? And again, I'm not fully disappointed. I think we were 5 for, by my count, maybe 12. So again, but the big thing is like we had a 4-on-3 and got nothing. Right, and then we only got 1 on their 5-minute power play, where those are big moments where it kind of shuts the door, and again it keeps things balanced, right? It doesn't. They don't allow them to take liberties on us, right? If they're going to take a liberty and slash us and do the silly stuff, we score a goal in the power play. Maybe it shortens those slashes as well, right? So again, we'll take that result, and again, we've just got to be better.
I mean, Waters had the 1 transition goal, it felt like, of the game. Did you feel like there could have been more chances for transition, or was it just the nature of this game didn't exactly allow that to be where the opportunities took place?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we were, very effective coming out that back end here tonight. I mean, that's one thing that we want to make sure that we're doing well, and again, put guys on their heels a little bit here. So yeah, we got the 1 that we didn't generate too much off it there as well. So that's another area we got to make sure we're better at it as well.